The Pittsburgh Steelers are at a crossroads this offseason, and the decision they make could be one of the most consequential moves in recent memory. With the pool of available quarterbacks shrinking by the day, the team is running out of viable options to bolster their quarterback position. One name that has recently resurfaced as a potential choice for the Steelers is Daniel Jones, the former New York Giants and Minnesota Vikings quarterback. While Jones was not considered a serious contender for Pittsburgh just a season ago due to his underwhelming play, his name has now entered the conversation, raising concerns among fans and analysts alike. Albert Breer of Sports Illustrated recently brought attention to the possibility of the Steelers considering Jones in his free agency forecast. In his analysis, Breer suggests that Pittsburgh might kick the tires on Jones as a last resort before re-entering the same situation they faced last year. This phrase, kicking the tires, carries a subtle implication that this potential move would be a half-hearted attempt to fill the quarterback spot, rather than a bold, game-changing decision. According to Breer, Jones is still weighing his options, as sources have confirmed that he's trying to determine his next steps. While it's true that Jones isn't a terrible option in theory, his recent career struggles raise red flags. The Giants demoted him from the starting quarterback position due to inconsistent and, at times, disappointing play. This, of course, is exactly the type of situation the Steelers want to avoid. After a season where they fought to find consistency on offense, the last thing Pittsburgh needs is to bring in a player who could potentially offer the same level of mediocrity they're currently stuck with. In fact, making a move for Jones would seem like an admission of complacency rather than a step toward progress. The Steelers are trying to take their offense to the next level, but bringing in Jones could stunt their growth. A move like this would keep Pittsburgh in the same place next offseason as they are now, with questions about their quarterback position and an underperforming offense. The situation could easily be the same year after year if the Steelers aren't careful with their decision-making. Furthermore, the upcoming draft class is expected to feature a much stronger group of quarterbacks. So holding off and risking another season of mediocrity in hopes that better options will emerge could ultimately prove to be a mistake. As time passes and more quarterbacks sign with other teams, the Steelers are under increasing pressure to make a move. For a while, many hoped the team could land a quarterback like Justin Fields, but with Fields now headed to the New York Jets, and other names like Sam Darnold going to the Seattle Seahawks, Pittsburgh is left with fewer high-quality options. In this situation, Jones could be a surprise candidate, especially if the Steelers are looking for a short-term solution. But even then, this feels like a fallback rather than a real answer to the team's long-term needs. The Steelers cannot afford to settle for a player like Jones, who has shown flashes of potential but also significant inconsistencies. While he might be seen as a relatively low-risk acquisition, the reality is that bringing him on board would most likely keep the Steelers in the same place they are now, unable to make the offensive leap that fans and analysts alike are hoping for. If Pittsburgh wants to be competitive in the long run, they need to think bigger, aiming for a more dynamic, stable quarterback who can elevate the team not just fill a void. Bringing in Jones could end up as a gamble that leaves the team stuck in neutral, unable to make real progress as the off-season ticks on.